Hello friend. Well, this week we've been talking about Thanksgiving 2025. We've been talking about what Walmart is offering us as maybe a feast of 10 for 10 people for $4 a person. But before I get more into that, I've been talking about the mindful Thanksgiving swaps, maybe the lower carb or the healthier options that they also suggest on the Walmart website. So real quickly, I want to talk to you about the numbers, what that mindful Thanksgiving swaps menu breaks down to be per person, and talk about just a couple of the ingredients in that menu, kind of recapping some things that we've talked about, and tell you what's coming up in the next few days with our Thanksgiving series. I'm Miss Katie with heritageways.com, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Heritage Ways. Welcome home. Well, today we're looking at my notes and the Mindful Thanksgiving Swaps menu. And if you're not familiar with the what we're talking about, just take a look at the iCard that I have linked above here, the intro series. All right, I have a few qualms, bones to pick, if you will, about the Mindful Swaps grocery list, shopping list. It tells us to buy turkey breast. That's understandable. It tells us to buy a bag of cranberries and an orange, but it doesn't give a recipe. We're assuming that it wants us obviously to make cranberry sauce. As a side note, my computer has been very weird lately, and it still was, I'm 6 days later and that cranberry sauce video will not upload. So I do eventually have that coming to you. I may have to re-edit or remake the whole video. Then it suggests we buy Brussels sprouts, and I looked at them at the store and they were just slimy and wet and gross brown. I couldn't even bear to buy them. So we didn't buy those, but I'm going to suggest you can substitute, broccoli, steamed broccoli, or green beans. You can make both of those healthier or lower carb if that's what you like to do. You can even substitute a green salad if you wanted that. All right, and then it called for mashed cauliflower. And we have a video here where my family and I test tasted the mashed cauliflower and the healthier version of macaroni and cheese that it suggested. So macaroni and cheese, yes, that is my cat in the background, our cat in the background, L.A. Mim's cat in the background, making the noises. Bless his, okay, he thinks the, okay. My son sounds like my oldest son says that our oldest son says that Casey sounds like a weed eater trying to start. Bless his heart. So it had us buying a boxed macaroni and cheese, Goodles, macaroni and cheese, and a bird's eye mashed cauliflower. And you can look at our opinions on that in this video. And then it had us buying a vanilla light, non-fat Greek yogurt. And I didn't know what they wanted us to do with that because it didn't tell you. 1 can of pumpkin and a bag of walnuts and monk fruit and erythritol sweetener. So those items I actually substituted. I got a different yogurt, a healthier option from what they suggested, and it only cost 60 cents more. But I used all those items, the yogurt, the pumpkin, the walnuts, and the monk fruit and erythritol sweetener to make a parfait. So you can see that video as well in the linked above. Okay. Then it suggested that we buy Cool Whip Zero Sugar, and I just could not do that to y'all. Yes, I do use Cool Whip sometimes, but if there's a case where I don't have to, then I don't. My fluff salad, the retro salad with the cottage cheese and the Jell-O, and I've made a video. I've got a video of that. Yes, I do use Cool Whip for that, but I literally probably only use 2 tubs of Cool Whip the entire year. So I bought whipping cream, and I showed you in this video that I'll tag here how to whip it. And that's all you do, you just whip it. And then you can add sweetener if you want to. The list assumes that you already have herbs and spices to put on your turkey, or the spices for the pumpkin parfait that we made. It's assuming you already have salt and pepper. and oil or butter if you want to use oil or butter to prepare your turkey breast. Now, tomorrow I'm going to have a video out of 3 ways to cook turkey breast, boneless turkey breast. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the notification bell, because right now, right before Thanksgiving, I don't have a set posting schedule. I'm just getting out as much content as I can for y'all. So make sure that you are subscribed and you've hit the notification bell. Also, if that fails, which it does fail many people, a lot of people don't get the notifications. I try to put in every Sunday night email, I put the previous week's postings. So if you don't miss, if you miss it somewhere else, if you don't get notifications, at least you'll get it in the Sunday night email newsletter. So if you're not signed up for that, there's also a link in the description box below this video to sign up for my Sunday night email newsletter. All right, so our numbers are this. It cost me at our local Walmart last week, 48, and this is with tax, with our local tax, which is 6.75%. $48.68. That includes tax, but that does not include a vegetable to substitute for the Brussels. So you would need to add that in. So all of that divided by 5 people, which is what I think that this would feed, is $9.73 a person. So, that's a good meal. You've made it at home. It's cheaper than going out. It's cheaper than a combo at a fast food restaurant. And this is a simple to make meal, and it's a healthier option. So if you have 1 to 5 people, I could see you making this meal with the turkey breast, boneless turkey breast. I'm going to show you tomorrow how super simple that is. And you got 3 ways to cook it. And then your cranberry sauce and your cauliflower and your mac and cheese and your pumpkin parfaits. I think that's a great meal. And like I said, throw in some green beans or broccoli or a salad. And I think that's great for under or around $10 a person. That's really good, I think, for a holiday meal that is a healthier option. So I hope you'll stay tuned to tomorrow and the upcoming days as I'm getting out as much content as I can for y'all. Make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter, Sunday night email newsletter. And always make sure you're counting your blessings. I'm Miss Katie, and I'll talk to you soon.